How can I set up my own business? What documents do I need? Once I am in business, how can I make sure I remain there? It takes passion and managerial skills. David Thombiano has some of the answers.
How can I set up my business in Benin? Nothing could be more simple. All Sebastien needed was a copy of his ID card, 2 passport photographs, and 72 hours. Now he is an officially recognized entrepreneur with his business card and business registration number. To top it off, he will receive expert tips to help him take his first steps in the business world, and even advice on how to avoid getting taken for a ride.
I know what tax is all about now. I'm not going to get fooled by a so-called taxman after my money. I have a better idea of what I need to pay. If you're a legitimate business in Benin, you can apply for official work from international institutions. That way you can pay your employees, make a living, and help create jobs.
Like Sebastien, 1,500 people from the informal sector have made the move to the formal sector, attracted by the advantages that come with the entrepreneur status put forward by OHADA. What if they decide later to step up a gear from very small business to a limited liability company or PLC? Once again, the process is far easier than it used to be. You once needed $1,500 capital to set up a limited liability company. Now it's just $150. Some countries, such as Senegal, go even further. The capital requirements depend on the company status. You may decide to have just $15 capital. The lawyer's fees for setting up a business are also lower in this case. For example, you will pay $30 for a limited liability company with capital of $160.
The advantage of setting up a business these days is that you can establish a special purpose reserve. In other words, the financial liability for the founder of the company is limited to the capital he has invested in that company. From a legal point of view, the other advantage concerns the relationship with partners and with other people. When you have dealings with a bank, it's always better to present yourself as a company than to present yourself as Mr. Joe Blow. As an individual, there will be more questions and it will be more difficult establishing a relationship of trust. In the former case, the bank just checks to make sure the business is legal, if it is officially registered, if it is registered with the tax authorities. That helps build trust and makes it easier to do business.
Between 2014 and 2015, 5,500 businesses were created in Senegal, 4,500 in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and 5,000 in Benin. In the 17 OHADA nations, private sector initiatives have taken off, encouraged by the easier procedures. These include measures taken to encourage self-employment, job creation and wealth creation for the country. But before long, developing businesses find themselves facing tax demands.
95% of my country's revenues come from tax. You pay your tax, you work in the formal sector, but the state does nothing to help. I do 80% of my business in the informal sector. If I didn't, I couldn't survive.
Competitiveness is one of the keys to growth. Success in business also demands a blend of know-how, imagination, innovation, and economic expertise. You need to be top dog to win contracts. In the ruthless world of business, it's sink or swim. But how can you win on merit alone when the waters are muddied by insider trading?
In the government, when a company director is chosen, he goes off and sets up a company, and the contract is his for the taking. You can make as many bids as you want, but you will never be awarded the contract. That's why so many companies go out of business in Benin.
Whether you are an entrepreneur in the Ohara zone or not, there is no denying that progress still needs to be made in terms of transparency and governance. But whatever the situation, a business operating in the formal sector has the advantage of limited responsibility. You can take the risk of aiming higher or of working on becoming an internationally known business.